and welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the aim of revolutionizing those standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Onke, and I will be your host this evening. And on this particular show called It Is Within Her, we chat to amazing, trailblazing women at the forefront of pageants, from queens to organizers, founders, finalists, and the likes, as they let us in on their different journeys of becoming purposeful and pioneering women. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The show this evening is no exception. We are chatting to the gorgeous Persistence Nxumalo, who is the newly crowned Miss Township South Africa. So Persistence, when you are ready, please send that request to join the live for the second time. Lucky, let's do this. It's happening. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining in. Hi Minnie, hi Ntabiseng, hi Uskoketso. I just saw your message now, but I couldn't answer it because the show is good. We are here now. We are starting the live. Let me see who else has joined in. I'm trying to wave and not do the Bluetooth. Oh, but she's here. Hi.
Wow. I'm back.
Yay! How are you?
Well, thank you. And
I'm
how
great. I'm
are
great.
you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm glad that everything is sorted out now.
Same here.
Amazing stuff. I thought you were panicking. Are you a perfectionist?
Girl, I am 100% a perfectionist. I love things going in a particular order, and if they don't, I lose my mind, and it always goes the opposite direction. You know, when you're in love with perfection, you know this, because sometimes things just go a little bit south and you have no control. So I'm 100% a perfectionist.
I could tell. You see, I'm a good judge of character. I could tell that, you know what? Let me fix myself, because he kept on saying, maybe if you go out. And I said, no, let me change networks. I'm like, okay, I don't want her to panic. Let me go out and then I'll start another life.
Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it.
Amazing stuff. I think your CEO Koketso is also a perfectionist.
It is.
I've been interacting with her for a number of years now, and when I saw her message coming through on my laptop, I knew that, you know what, let me do the right
You're
thing.
in trouble now. Get your story straight.
Girl, get your story. When are you starting that live, please?
You've been anticipating, so I can imagine the anxiety of having to wait. And yeah, we are finally here, and I'm really happy.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Amazing stuff. So we're gonna start with an icebreaker game, ne? Just to
Okay,
to ease us into the interview.
no problem.
So the name of the game is This or That. Yeah?
Okay,
Yes. So I want quick answers. I'm going to ask you to choose your favorite item between two options. Yeah?
okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna start. I have about 8 options or so, but I'm gonna need you to be quick as well. I will definitely judge you along the way. I'm that kind of person. I will judge your answers definitely. I need quick answers there.
Noted.
Great stuff. Okay, starting now. Number one, coffee or tea?
None of the above, but I'd go for tea.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Mountains, I'm scared of water.
Really? Do
Mm.
you have like a
I'm
bad childhood experience?
I think maybe nightmares when I find myself maybe trying to drown or something like that. So I'm very scared of water.
Oh,
Because yeah, something happened while I was young. So I think I
mm.
carried that up until now. So I'd rather go to the mountains.
Okay, girl, I need to take you for swimming lessons. Water is nice. Just
I
to
tried,
ease you into it.
I tried, but I don't know. It's just not in me. I just
Okay.
go in there to dip my feet in and then it ends there.
Okay, right. And to look good, ne? By the poolside.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, thank you. And then next, Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a night owl.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Books or movies?
I'd go for books. I'm not a movie person.
Okay. I
Yeah.
tend to get very impatient with movies.
Mhm.
I will
You
not
want to
sit
get to
for
the
eight
point.
hours. I'm sorry, I'm not eight. I won't sit for 2 hours just to wait for the end.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
I'm that type of a person who keeps asking what's next, and then I get bored along the way, and then I'm like, "Ah, no, not for me. I like knowing what's going to happen along the way. I think that's the pleasure for me. But other than that, no.
Me too, actually. Wow, like I found my tribe, guys. I finally found someone who feels the same way I feel about movies. Oh my gosh.
Yay.
And then next, cats or dogs?
I'm a cat mom. I'm a mama for animals, but I'd go for cats because I've got cats. Although I love dogs,
Mm,
but yeah, cats are my go-to.
great stuff. And then sweet or savory?
Sweets.
Okay. A phone call or a text message?
I I love speaking, so it has to be a phone.
I was trying to guess. I knew it. I knew you'd say a
I'm
phone call.
very impatient with texting, and sometimes I just text because maybe I don't have the right words, but I always prefer talking or
Hmm.
sending a voice note. Like that's my type of thing.
Okay, I guessed that one
Yeah.
correctly. Kitching, um, summer or winter?
Summer. I hate winter. I hate feeling cold unnecessary. So I'd rather burn than just feel cold. Just like now, I have a blanket on and I'm not enjoying this weather.
Can you believe it? And it's the 1st of October, guys. What's going
Oh
on?
my
Where's
God.
summer?
Where's summer? But when I check back, even in 2020, it was exactly like this on the
Hmm.
1st
Oh
of
my word.
October. Yeah,
October.
up until the
Wow.
5th or somewhere there. Yeah.
All right.
There
Okay.
was a personal experience that happened there. So I noted down everything, all the events that took place. So now it just takes me back to that period. Yeah.
To that period. Oh my word.
Mm.
And then Netflix or YouTube?
None of the above. I would go for
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah, I'm not a TV person. I love
Mm.
watching Bollywood soapies or movies, so I'm sticking to one channel. I don't go your Netflix or this or that. So I just stay on one type of channel.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
I know
okay.
it's a
Oh
bit
my
weird because I get judged for watching Bollywood soapies, and I have to explain that, okay, on these soapies, there's no this and that. You
gosh.
can watch with your grandparents and all of that. So I always have to like explain, and people
Mm.
always find me weird when I say, you know what, I don't do your Netflix and stuff. The
Mm.
only channels that I would watch are your Z channels, and then that's
Mm.
it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, I won't judge you. I completely understand. And then do you plan everything or do you go with the flow?
I love knowing what's going to happen. So
Mm.
sometimes I can try to go with the flow, but I think because I'm a perfectionist, I always want to plan everything just in case things don't go the way I want. And then I know there's a
Mm.
plan B, there's a plan D, and there's a plan Z. So I love planning my things. And if I did not plan, you'll definitely see that this one did not plan because you'll see there won't be any effort. But I love like putting in effort to whatever that I do. So I'm a planner, basically.
I love that actually. I love it when you say you want everything to like go according to like a certain way.
Mm.
And when you are it's not just about being a perfectionist, it's about wanting the best out of your work. So you want to
Yeah.
plan it.
Exactly. That's
Amazing.
just me.
Mm.
Thank you.
Amazing. I love that. Okay, that's everything. We are done.
Thank you
Uh,
for the icebreaker. I hope I did not do so bad.
no, you know what? The icebreaker is so subjective that
Mm.
you see, I can agree with you and I can disagree with you on certain stuff, but it's really very
Mm.
personal. I wanted to get to know you better.
I'm glad that I didn't sound as boring because I consider myself one of the boring people ever
Really?
because there's a lot of things that I don't do. And, today everyone is doing this and that. And when I
Mm,
tell them I don't do that, I don't do this, it feels like I'm living in my own country or in my own planet and that's it.
mm.
But I'm glad that I can have this conversation with you and not feel awkward.
Look, isn't that the beauty of everything? How authentic and how original and how yourself you are, that makes you more of a queen, right?
That's true. That's true. And
Mm,
today we don't get that. You always have to put
yeah.
like a facade. You know, you have to
Mm,
be a
mm,
certain type, and you
mm.
can't, especially in pageantry, you know how it is. You have to act a certain way, speak a certain way, laugh a certain way, and you cannot like literally be yourself. And when you are yourself, everyone is shocked. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh,
Oh, you are like this.
it's crazy, right?
So I hope on this live I will be myself 100%.
Look, you're already yourself, and I love that. You were tested with the network, and you were yourself. And look, even now, you are definitely still yourself. Thank you so much for that. And that's why we have this live. Girl, I am not a judge. I am not a pageant CEO. I
Mhm.
am just a girl who wants to empower other girls using fabulous girls like you. So let's do this, né?
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Amazing stuff. So let's start with yourself. Like, let's go all the way from the beginning. Please tell us more about yourself in your own words. Who is Persistence Nxumalo? Where do you come from? What do you do for a living? All that good stuff.
Thank you for that question. Well, it's a very complex question because I have a
Mm,
lot of things running in my head. Where do I start? Which
mm,
part do I say? Which part do I leave out? But I'll
mm,
just describe myself as a God-fearing young woman who was raised by a single, struggling mother. And am very particular about the struggling mother because we have a lot of single mothers, but they're not struggling. But with me, my mother was struggling literally to raise me. So what you
mm,
see here is the product of her resilience, of her strength, of her faith in God, of her working hard so that I can become somebody one day. And I'm really
mm,
grateful to her, even though she's not here today, but I wish she was here to hear all these words. So I am resilient, ambitious. Growing up, I've always had a dream of, doing better. I was one of those kids who would cry not knowing something. If there was something new that was happening and I don't
mm.
know it, I would cry. If there was a language that was supposed to be learned and I don't know it, I would cry up until I know that
Really?
particular thing. So I think this thing, I grew up with it where I was a perfectionist. I've always wanted
Mm,
to know things. I was never really the type that didn't want to know anything. When somebody asks you something and then you
mm,
have no idea, I did not want to be one of those. So
mm,
since from a young age, I've always been wanting to know things, but I was not really much of a speaker. I'm quite surprised right now that I can talk. My mother
mm,
always told me that I spoke late, and it's not because I couldn't speak, but I
mm.
was just stubborn, according to her. I spoke around 6 years old or five, somewhere there. So I spoke
Mm,
late. So now I understand why I was not speaking the whole time because I am
mm.
such a chatterbox. But I speak sense though. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm a beautician and an IT technician.
Oh,
I
wow.
qualified once. So yeah. So I do quite a lot of things. I can say that I'm a woman of many talents,
Mm,
There's a lot of things that I'm involved in. It's just that sometimes I don't like talking about things because I feel like maybe I will be bragging or something like that. So I prefer to keep like my intro short and sweet. All you have to know is that I'm a God-fearing woman and I am a people's
mm,
person. I am compassionate. I even always go out of my way to make sure that somebody else is happy, even if it costs my own happiness. So I'm that
Ooh,
type of a person, but I won't call
yeah.
myself like a people pleaser. It's just that I
Mm, mm,
love doing things for people
that's
that
nice.
sometimes I sit down and I'm like, guys, really,
Mm,
why am I doing this? And you have to go back and say, it's not you who's doing this. God is prompting you to do these things. You will not do it out
yes.
of your own accord, but because you serve God and you believe in God, then you are able to do things that you would not even do
Mm,
by yourself. So yeah, and I'm a feline mom. Feline mom. I say feline, and my brother always corrects me to say it's feline, feline. I'm a cat mom to two beautiful cat boys
mm.
or boy cats, if I can put it like that. I used to have a dog, but then she passed away. And then these ones, I don't know where they came from. And then I found them in my room as kittens. And then it's been 9 years now. Yeah, it's been 9 years now being with them, raising them. And my life could not be any happier than how it is right now. So they keep me grounded, basically, if I can
Right?
put it like that.
Ah, I love that. Oh my gosh. So I don't know where to start with all your with your answers. But let me start here. Where do you come from? Like, where's home?
Home is in Tembisa. I grew up in Tembisa with
Tembisa.
my grandmother. Yes,
Mm,
Tembisa, Sutwana section, but originally I'm from Mpumalanga. But yeah, since I was a baby, I grew up here. Everything that I am right now is because of
mm,
Tembisa. Yeah, so that's why I entered Miss Township South Africa to empower that township girl that feels like, you know what, I'm stuck in the township. I cannot do anything. I cannot go anywhere.
mm,
Sister, you can go anywhere. You can go somewhere actually. And I am your beacon of hope. If just in case you're looking for someone to empower you, I am here to say that you can come out of that township mentality. You can be whomever
yes.
you desire to be, and it is possible for you. You just need to seek opportunities for
Mm,
yourself, and the rest
mm.
is history.
And the rest is history, my dear. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that comprehensive answer. So now, okay, should I start with IT or should I start with being a beautician?
Start with the beautician part because the IT part, oh my goodness. Oof. Start with the beautician part.
Okay, beautician part. Okay, let's go there. How did that come about? Like, have you always loved the beauty aspect of things? What inspired you to become a beautician?
Well, it started at a very young age. I think I was 7 years old or 8 years old. I
Mm,
saw my stepsister braiding hair. And I remember that day, I even cried. I was like, there's no way this girl is going to beat me.
mm,
There is no way. So
mm,
I did not know that this was a talent that was hidden somewhere in there. And then I just had to, find it. So
mm.
after that day, when I saw her braiding somebody else, I was like, there's no way she's going to beat me. I'm going to do this. So I went back, man. I tried to do her hair. It did not go
Mm,
well. And I was so mad at myself. And I'm like,
uh,
how can I not do this? And she did it so effortlessly. I came back to Joburg and then I started doing my own hair. It started there.
mm,
And then I got to the other big part of beauty, which
mm,
is makeup, facials, and all of that. So growing up, I've always had like a keen interest in doing those type of things
mm,
because my mom was just that type of a woman who wanted me to be a doll. And she would
mm.
come home with different things, your
Oh,
makeup, your lip glosses, your lipsticks. And I would sometimes get naughty and just take a lip gloss or lipstick and just put it on. And I'm like, okay, I think I like how this thing looks.
mm,
But then after high school, I took a gap year because there was no money to take me to school and I wanted to pursue somatology or dermatology. I just wanted to be a skin doctor, basically. That's how
mm,
it started. I had some skin problems, and then I was like, you know what? I just want to be a skin doctor. So
mm,
dermatology was my first option. Then they said, no, it requires a lot of things. It's too expensive. Then I checked, and then I saw there was somatology. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just relax on my gap year. So
mm,
I took that gap year up until my mom's cousin decided to take me to school. He was like, okay, choose whatever you want to do, and then I'll take you to school.
ah, that's
And
nice.
then I told him my options. He's like, there's no way you're going to do any beauty course. Whatever that requires beauty, you are not going to do it. You need to do something substantial.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, and at that time, there was a friend who was doing IT. It was a male
Mm,
friend. And I was like, "Ish, what can I do?" He's like, no, you can just do IT. Let's just go to
mm,
IT. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not passionate about this. I just want to do beauty. That is my passion. I can do
mm,
that even with my eyes closed. He's like, no, let's just choose IT. It's going quite well for me. And then I went to school and then I registered for a diploma in information
mm.
technology. And I did not know there was a lot of things involved, like your programming and all of that. And I'm not a nerd, I'm a chatterbox. And I would, the list is endless. So the qualities or the characteristics did not match of an IT person. But because now
Mm,
there's someone who's willing to take me to school and they're not going to pay for a beauty course, then I had to do IT. That's when
mm,
everything started. And then I did that diploma in IT course. And then when I finished, I was like stuck. What now? And the
mm.
funny thing, I got a job as a sales consultant before anything else. And I'm like, okay, why am I doing this sales thing if I've got a qualification in IT?
Yes.
And because, yeah, and I had to finance myself during my schooling time
Mm,
because the money was not there. my mom could do so much for me. So during my first year, I had to find a job. So I was schooling full time and working full time. Don't ask me how I balanced that,
Sure.
but I just had to find a way, and I would bunk classes here and there, and I'd ask my friends to give me some notes just that I can have like pocket money for myself, so I don't strain my mom. Already her cousin is paying for my education. What else can I ask for? So I completed that diploma course, and then I worked as a sales consultant. And then at a school, they hired me as an end user computing tutor. That's when I did my first IT job, if I can put it like that. But there were so many responsibilities. There was marketing there was receptionist there, and I was like, no, what? I'm not going to do this. This is not my thing. I'm not somebody who's going to sit down the whole day and just click on a computer. That is not in me. Yes, I do have this qualification. I've graduated, but it's not my passion. And then I think in years went by, 2017, but I was already doing makeup. If something is in you, you like do it. So I was already doing makeup already by 2012, 2013, going down or going up, right? And then 2017, I went to do a beauty course at MCA, right? They had the school, they still have the school, MCA brands. So I went to do a beauty course there. And then I aced everything with flying colors. I remember with my exams, I did not even have to cram so hard. I did not even have to sit so hard and digest what a skin is, what are the layers of a skin, and what causes breakouts and all that. I did not have to struggle so hard because it was within me. And then when I finished, it came naturally. And then I decided to start my own business, and then it did not work so well. I had to go back to work. And then I went to work at a retail shop, at a cosmetics counter. And then I worked there, and I was like, you know what, as much as I'm doing makeup and selling, but this is not my thing. I don't want to be stuck in one place the whole day and doing one thing. I think I'm somebody that needs to be out there and doing like different stuff. And then COVID came, and then the retrenchment also came along, and it was back to square one. Now I have to sit back and watch my mom being the breadwinner, and it did not sit well with me there. But along the way, I would do people's hair, I would do wigs, I would do this and that. So that's how I was able to sustain myself during the course of everything else. And then she passed away, and I was back to square one. I was homeless. I did not have this. I did not have that. And thank God, because of some angels who came to just take me in and shelter me during that whole course. But it was very traumatic. And then I applied for my IT job. Now I was like, no, what, I'm serious. Let me go apply for an IT job. And then I applied for an IT job. Then I had to start as an intern, and then of course moved to a junior IT technician. And then that's just basically it. So it's a matter of me balancing my beauty stuff and the IT stuff, and like my pageant stuff, just literally everything. So all in all, I think I've answered both questions.
You have. Oh my word. Thank you so much for that,
It's
lovely answer. We really appreciate you sharing your personal life with us as well. I'm going to ask you something also that's very personal.
Okay.
Your name is Persistence, and listening to you, I think it's a prophecy. Who gave you that name?
Oh, I'm not sure if she's on this live. I didn't tell her about it. My godmother, my mom's best friend, she was there from day one. She bought my mom all the spoils for her pregnancy. Actually, she bought me my first diapers, everything that I had to wear as a baby. My godmother was the one that was doing everything. So she gave me the name Persistence. I don't know why. But as I grew up, I'm like, you know what, this name, I don't like it, because everything that I have to acquire in my life, I have to like smash doors, not just knock, but smash. I'll keep knocking 5 times, 10 times. One door, it doesn't open. And then the next door that I move on to, I literally have to bang it and smash it. So this name keeps like, I think it's just guiding me in life, because I have to persist my way through life. Nothing comes easy for me. And everything that I've been able to acquire or achieve, it has not been through an easy way. I had to literally fight. So don't say I'm a fighter, but I literally have to fight. I had to fight up until this very moment. So I'm very persistent. And sometimes it does get annoying, but I'm a very persistent person. So I don't don't know why she gave me that name though, but I feel like this name has been guiding me throughout my life. And probably she was just saying that your life will not be easier. There will be light at the end of the tunnel, but you have to persist your way out of life. Nothing is going to come easy for you. As much as things come easier for other people, you'll see somebody entering a pageant for the first time, they win it. And then when it has to be, you have to go through like a lot of things. And then you get what I'm saying? So for me, it has always been like that. Nothing was like literally handed over or first knock and then the door opens. It was never like that at all. So yeah.
Yeah, but you know, persistence is like a fruit of the spirit, right? You said you are a
Yeah.
God-fearing woman.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't think you should see it as fighting. You should see yourself as a fruit.
Mm.
You know, you are here on earth to, you know, to come out of a branch and to give people hope that things can happen for them. So with all the
And
outcomes, with everything that you've explained with your life, I'm inspired myself because here you are looking as gorgeous as you are. Like, is this person a fighter? Like, do I even really, with everything you have achieved, you went to IT school, you didn't even like it, but you passed the first time around.
mm.
Like, that is not smashing a door. That is, girl, walking into a door that was meant to be yours. So, you are a fruit, girl. Do your thing.
Thank
Do
you
your
so
thing.
much.
Amazing stuff. And then let's go into pageantry. What inspired you to start competing in pageants, and what has this experience been like?
You know, to be quite honest with you, coming into pageantry was not by choice. Like,
Mm,
to be honest, I remember when I was 7 years old, that's when it all started. My mom had left me with her in-laws in
mm,
Mpumalanga. And then what happened is that the auntie there took me somewhere, I think it was Selfast or whatever, to get some two-piece items and stuff like that with other girls. And I was not
mm,
understanding what was happening. And it was a pageant. And then they just made us walk on a ramp and they chose the most ugliest outfit for me. And I hated it. I'm like, why am I wearing this ugly outfit?
uh,
I did not understand what was happening, but I knew that was a pageant. And then when my mom came to collect me, I told her that, you know what, Mama, this is what happened. And this is a picture to prove whatever that happened. And
mm,
then from there, I came back to Joburg. And then I remember because she had always wanted me to enter pageants, but somebody else
mm.
had to do it before her. And then pardon me a bit, I'm coming now.
Okay,
Sorry
no problem.
about that.
No
So when I
problem.
was in high school,
Mm,
they actually said there's going to be a fashion show,
mm,
right? Since my mom was working at a retail store, you know, she had the love of fashion and all of that. She was a fashionista. She's like, baby girl, since this is a fashion show, there's no way you are not going to enter. She said, go and enter that fashion show. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to help you walk and all of that.
mm,
So I was a bit skeptical because I was very shy. You know, in primary school, I was very bubbly, very energetic, very
mm.
confident. But when you got to high school, you know, high school is different. Like you see
Puberty.
people, exactly, you see people, different types of people. You're like, no, I'm shy. The boys are gonna look at me
Mm,
funny. The girls are gonna look at me funny. Plus, I was going through bullying at school, so I was like, there's no way
mm,
I'm going to enter this. So my mom encouraged me. She said, like, you know what? I'm going to train you. I'm going to help you walk and all of that. And I entered that fashion show, and
mm.
then she helped me walk and do everything. My confidence. You see, this is how you demonstrate confidence. Chest out, you know what? Chin up, walk like a lady, walk like a girl. She got me her heels, and then I had to just go with the flow. So when we got to school, the very next day, which this fashion show was supposed to be taking place, they changed. They said it's a pageant. I was like,
Oh
no.
my God. What
Now
kind of
it's
nightmare
a
is this?
pageant. Oh, tell me, I'm not even prepared. I'm shy. And it's
Uh,
actually quite funny that I felt sick that day. And when I look now, all the pageant journeys that I've been part of,
uh,
I was sick on the day of the pageant. For some odd reason, I've always been sick. I don't know what was going on or what has been going on, but I would find myself very sick. So on
uh.
that day, I was sick. When you mentioned that now it's a pageant, it's not a fashion show anymore. Now we are judging
What?
you, and there's going to be a queen, there's going to be princesses and stuff like that. I was like, there's no way. And I just got stuck there because there were beautiful girls. And in high school, I did not consider myself beautiful because I always got bullied for different things. I've got a birthmark. I would be called by that. I've got like a skin tag behind my ear. They would call me Nxumalo. I have a scar on my face. They would call me Scarface. So I did not see like myself beautiful. I was like, there are beautiful girls. And, even back in the day, light-skinned girls were considered very beautiful. So there were light-skinned girls lighter than myself. So someone else would say, but now when you are light, you get what I'm saying? There were lighter girls who had no defects like skin pigmentation or anything like. They were just perfect. I'm like, okay, those girls are going to win this pageant. Why am I even bothering? So, okay, I decided to participate because I can't pull out now. The day is here. You can't just pull out. We walked. They announced the second princess, the top 5. They asked us questions. I remember they asked me if I was the principal of the school, what would I change? Something like that. I don't remember, but it was something along that line. And then after I fell sick, I went into the other classroom to just digest everything that has been going on. Calm down, because the nerves are so up and they're so high, and I don't even know what's going on outside my body. They were calling second princess, first princess, and they called the queen. I did not hear because my mind was not there. And then a bunch of kids had to come and pick me up and say, hey, you are the queen, you are the winner. And I'm like, what? Winner of what? Like, winner of what? They said, no, you won. I'm like, there's no me, the daughter of my own mom. It can't be. They said, yes, you. And then when I walked, everyone was clapping, and I'm like, how can I beat the girls that are considered to be more beautiful than I, because they had no skin defects, they had no imperfections, and I saw myself not befitting of the crown because I did not consider myself beautiful because of the defects that I think I have or the flaws that I think I have. And at that very moment, it sparked that passion.
Yeah.
And after 28, I was like, I am going to participate in pageants. So after that, 29, I participated. I joined a modeling school or modeling agency, Figures Models in Campton Park. Nice. And then from there, I just started entering pageants like no one's business. And then I quit because of school. But I kept entering pageants. I went to Miss Tembisa. I went to like so many pageants. I'm not going to mention because you're going to laugh at me at the amount of pageants that I had to do because the passion was so big that, you know what, even when there was no money, I would like literally force and be like, Mama, please, I need to enter this pageant. Like every month there would be a set of pageants that I would want to enter. And, when your parent is not really financially stable to take you everywhere or to support your talents or your passions, it can be so sad and hard for them, and they can't even say no sometimes, even though they want to say no, but they see this drive, this passion that you have
in your
and
eyes.
Spark, she would literally try by all means to ensure that, I go to those pageants, and some of them I would have to walk barefoot because how taxi drivers can be spiteful. They'll be like, no, what, you get off here, it's just around the corner, and you had to walk. I remember in Pretoria, I think it was 2014, I had to walk for like 1 hour, 30 minutes. It was Vanderboom something, Vanderboom, or I don't know what the name is. And I did not know where that place is. So I took my cousin, I said, let's go, because mom would be at work, usually during weekends. Yes. And then I took my cousin with me, and then the taxi driver just dropped us somewhere. He's like, no, you're just around the corner. You're going to see that school. Tell me about it. We walked. That day, I walked for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And I remember saying to myself, I must be the biggest sinner ever. And the sun was so hot, right? It was up there because we had to walk. And he said, it's just around the corner. So imagine you're going to walk on a ramp, and now you have to walk barefoot. There's no taxis for you to go back. There's no taxis for you to go forward. So the only thing that you can do is just to walk. So we walked. I ended up repenting if there's anything that I had done against God for me to be in this situation. You know what? I remember I cried. I'm like, can we go back? And, going back, it's far. You can only move forward to go and compete on that pageant. And, so when I look back on that day, I can see that indeed I was very passionate about modeling, because there's no way where I can want to walk for like 1 hour and 30 minutes just to go compete for a pageant, And the funny thing, I didn't even win at that pageant. So you can imagine how painful that must have been, that I had to walk before. And then when I got to the stage, I was literally shaking because I've been walking for such a long time, and it was hot and I was thirsty, and you just had to get to the venue and just change same time. So my pageant journey has literally been a tough one, but I'm just grateful that I'm here. And I've learned so many lessons. I've learned to not just focus on physical beauty, because there's a lot that goes beyond pageants.
Yeah.
And I started pageantry during the time where everyone was focusing on the external beauty. Who's the beautiful, who's the most beautiful girl?
Yes.
The girl that has the best hair, the girl that has the best dress is going to win, in spite of and
Definitely.
despite of. So now when we look back and see how far we've come with pageantry, I'm so excited and so happy about it, because now pageants are all about impact. They're about what you can do for the next person. It's not all about for what you can do for yourself. Yes, it's nice collecting sashes and crowns, and then you can pile them on your bed, and then you ask yourself, what's next? What do I do? Yes, I've collected them, then what?
What next?
And then, but today, exactly, but today it's not like that. Today you have this crown and sash, and you know that you're going to inspire somebody. You know that you're going to make a difference in your community. You're going to use your crown and your sash to make an impact. You are going to be a voice to the voiceless, and bring back hope to everyone's lives. And I love how far we've come with pageantry, but it's been a journey. So you can imagine, from when I was 7 years old and now I'm 32, and it's really been so wonderful. But also I had to take some gap year along the way, because it would get too much, where it was toxic, and I would feel like, you know what, do I really want this? Why am I entering pageants? Because I had to go and sit down, and my mom would ask me, why are you entering pageants if at the end of the day you are going to feel like this? I'm trying by all means to invest in your pageantry life, but then you cannot just quit whenever you feel like it. But sometimes you know that when the pageants you enter are not aligned with your own personal values, you are not going to thrive, because there are so many like that, and there are so many that I've entered that are not in alignment with my values, and you'd feel so stuck, or maybe sometimes if things don't go the way you planned, and and when you reflect tomorrow, you're like, you know what, God was sparing me from that. God was sparing me from that. And at that moment, you did not see it, because the alignment was not there. The values were just completely different. You would literally have to compromise your morals, your values, your standards, just to win a crown. And I don't think that's what girls need to be focusing on today. They should just learn from me that all these years, all the stages that I've had to walk on, some of them were good and some of them were not good. And it's not to just shame those that were not good, but it's just to raise awareness that as a pageant queen, or as an aspiring pageant queen, you need to understand that you are not just coming here to just wear a crown.
Right.
Yes, you can get a crown. You can get it in any way, but there has to be a meaning behind that crown, because a crown can be worn by anyone, but without values and morals and principles, then what do you do with that crown? So it has been a long journey. So that the whole passion started from that second pageant that I entered up until this very moment. And even when I was deciding to just quit, but once the bug bites you, you just want to keep going. Like you'd be sitting at home.
Like one after the other. You're just like, okay. And now you're on Instagram, right? Checking out everyone's timeline. And like, I love this pageant. It looks interesting. Let me enter. I love this one. Let me enter.
And to be honest with you, I was so late with Instagram, because when you grow up in a religious environment, you end up feeling like Instagram is the devil's playground.
I get you.
You get what I'm saying? So I was late to be on Instagram. I would have been very far with Instagram, but I was in that era where I was like, yo, Instagram is straight hell. What you see there, everyone is flourishing, everyone is that. If you cannot level up, then you end up wanting to do stuff that you're not supposed to do, because you see everyone else is flourishing. And people don't show you what happens on the background,
Right.
People don't show you behind the scenes, and you end up feeling like, you know what, this is it. So for me, it has been that. And once that bug bites you, it makes you want to go back. And you can't sit at home, because sometimes that is your sport. I didn't play sports in high school and after that. So in primary school, I'd do athletics and stuff like that. But when I got to high school, I got shy and all of that. So pageantry was my sport.
Definitely.
And when you're sitting at home, you can see that, something is wrong. I need to participate. I need to participate. Even if it meant that you go to that pageant alone, which most of them I would go alone, because my mom only had 2 kids and my brother was young and he was not even into pageantry. He was a gamer. He's like, you know what, please don't invite me there. Go by yourself. So I literally had to attend pageants by myself, go to pageants alone, and it would hurt because there would be no one to cheer for me personally. As much as other people may cheer for you, but you don't have like the support and backup of like family and friends and because we've always been introverted as well. My mom raised us so strictly that she did not want her kids to go outside on the streets and do other stuff. So I did not really have friends that were also interested in the stuff that I was doing. My friend was my mother and my brother, and I couldn't really tag anyone with me. So I had to, say what? Lord, you gave me this talent, you gave me this ambition, and you gave me this passion. I'm going to go for it, even if I go there alone. And so that's how I've been throughout up until this gorgeous crown. And
gorgeous crown. Oh my gosh, I was looking at it when we were practicing. It looks amazing. Even on the pictures, it looks amazing. Miss Township South Africa 2025. What can we expect from you? Congratulations once again. So, with everything that you have experienced in pageantry and what pageants mean to you, how are you going to use this crown and this sash to then move forward within your journey?
Well, this crown and sash, it comes with a lot of responsibility, to be honest with you. I remember before the crowning week, I had a dream. I won't call it a vision. It was a dream and a vision at the same time, where I know Miss Township South Africa had always been giving like those small crowns for the queens. And I was wearing like this crown. It was like this huge.
Like
and
that
I was
big, yes.
Yeah, that's this big, and there was no sash on me. And I heard the voice of God saying to me, a crown without discipline and what's the other word? Consistency has no honor. And you know that loud voice when it comes to you. What does that mean? I'm wearing a crown, and then God is saying to me, a crown without discipline and consistency has no honor. What does that mean? So when the pageant finale came and I saw Cisco Ketso holding this crown, I'm like, come on, wait, pause. I saw this crown. I saw this crown in my dreams. How is it that it's the same crown that I saw in my dreams? So when I saw that and when I was crowned, I was like, you know what? God was trying to tell me something. He was not even trying. He was telling me something, that this is one crown that I have to use with honor. I need to serve. I need to serve my people, and I need to lead people to uprightness. I need to be the hope to the hopeless. I need to impact lives positively. And so that is basically what I'm going to do with this platform and this sesh. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I've been watching Mrs. Koketso for some few years. And when you watch somebody, you don't have a big sister, you're watching her, but you don't want her to see that you are watching her. But you are watching her exactly like that. Yeah. And so as time went by, I'm like, okay, I think I want to enter her pageant, because I had to sit down and evaluate the pageant, because I've been to different pageants, right? And I'm like, there has to be something special about this pageant. I did not even know that the values were Christian values. Yes. I was like, this lady, I admire her, I like her. I love the fact that she's a family-oriented person. I love the fact that she is out there, she's living her dreams and her goals and her ambitions, even though she's married, even though she's got kids, because sometimes when women have kids, they give up on their talents, they give up on their dreams, the ambitions, and all of that, So when I was watching her, I'm like, I want to be like Cisco Ketso, but I'm not going to tell her that, but I want to be like her. So in order to be like her, I need to be around her. I need to be around her. So when I had finalized evaluating and all of that, and it was actually quite funny that I did my video recording, because she had to send in a recording video. I did that last year, December. It was after church. I had to think about it first. God, am I really entering? I've been asking him this question all the time. Am I entering this pageant or not? I left that up until the last minute. I think I entered this year, and I used that very same video. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going for it. Because I thought I had missed the deadlines, and then the closing dates. And then when I think they were extended or not, or maybe they were closing in Jan or somewhere there. I don't remember. And then I was like, you know what? I've finally made my decision. I'm entering this pageant in order to impact lives, in order to educate, to empower, to inspire, to motivate people, because I believe that my story is so inspirational that I need to be the hope to those who have lost hope.
Definitely.
My conditions of being here, I'm not here in this life because of maybe my mom wanted me to be here, or maybe I was planned. It was an unfortunate thing that happened whereby I don't think I can discuss it here, but I'm not here because of maybe human intentions, or maybe her wanting me to be here. Something that happened to her that was so brutal, and that leads me to now advocating for gender-based violence, because that's how I was conceived. It was through rape. If I can put it like that. So I just wanted to use this platform just to raise awareness, to say that there are so many children out there, or many women who are stuck in abusive relationships, who are stuck in toxic relationships. They don't want to come out because they are scared of what their community members will say. They are scared of maybe what their mothers would say. People would encourage you to stay in bad places, so that, I don't know why they say that, but I just want to empower those women to say that it is okay to start from zero again. It is okay to come out and have nothing, because that's what we had to go through, where we had to come out of a toxic situation and had to literally start from scratch with nothing. It is okay. Even if you were not planned, you are here, it is okay. God was intentional, because even myself, every day I would be saying to myself, God, I may not have come here because of maybe my parents wanting me to be here, or maybe by the will of a man, but it was your purpose that I'm here. And with that purpose that you have created me for, I wanted to impact lives today. I want to ensure that I'm a catalyst for change. I'm a catalyst for hope, because why am I here if you were not going to use me? So I'm going to use this platform to just do that, basically. So expect more empowering assignments from me. I'll be partnering with different organizations to just, make an impact. It is all about impacting not just the girl child, but just everyone else within the community, within the township and outside the township, because everybody else needs empowerment, regardless of where you come from, whether you come from the village, whether you come from the city. Everyone is broken somehow, and they need that beacon of hope. So I want to be that beacon of hope. So that is what you can expect from me as your Miss Township South Africa. Thank you, Sister Ketso. When she says all things work for the good for those who love the Lord and who are called to His great plan and
purpose. Yes. It's one of my favorite Bible verses, actually.
Pardon?
It's one of my favorite Bible verses, Romans 8, verse 28. I was interviewing Miss International, and she spoke about Romans 8, I think verse 35, and I was like, no, 8:28 is my verse. I love it. No, thank you so much for that answer. Sorry about that. You were saying?
No, I was saying that a church leader at church gave me this scripture when I was going through a lot, and I was like, please, Mama, she was called Mama D, please don't tell me that nothing is working for my good at this moment. I'm literally fighting tooth and nail to come out alive. And she just gave me that scripture. And it will not be planted same day. It will take time. And then finally the seed that she has laid down, and then it started, producing fruit. So I got to understand this scripture as time went by, that, what, all things work for my good. Even those rejections that I got, they were for my good, because now when you look from the other side, you get to say, oh Lord, thank you for delivering me from what could have literally affected me negatively. And pardon me for that, my cat is starting to be naughty now.
Oh, I can hear the sound.
She's even scratching my shoebox. So,
oh my word.
So pardon me for that.
No worries. Thank you so much for that comprehensive answer once again, and a lovely answer. Thank you for sharing your most personal parts with us. We really appreciate that, and I hope that everyone who's watching this live and who will watch the live afterwards will be inspired by you. Remember what I said at the beginning? You are persistence because you are a fruit of the spirit in human form. So you see this is what I meant.
Now I totally understand what you meant, actually, because I get that a lot. People would ask me, are you persistent? Because some can't even pronounce the name. Once they see it, they're like, okay, persistent. Are you really persistent? I'm like, let's not even go there. I am very persistent.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. And then now, what do you want to be remembered as one day?
I want to be remembered as a warrior of change and a shepherd of hope. You know, I want to be remembered as somebody that, had stood up for herself, stood up
Mm.
for her dreams, stood up for the dreams of her mother, because my mom could not, accomplish her dreams because she had me. And I'm so grateful that she did not abort me. But what I'm doing right now, I'm literally trying to live for both of us, even though she's not alive anymore. But I'm just trying to pursue my dreams and goals. And I want to be remembered as somebody who did not let her circumstances determine whether she should move forward or she should stand still. So I want to be remembered as somebody that was godly, even in the midst of so much chaos around, but she stood to her values, morals, and principles and did not compromise on who God says that she is. And that's how I want to be remembered, as a healer of the spirit, of the soul, and to whomever I come across, I want that person to always remember that God loves them, irregardless of what they've done in the past or what happened in the past. God is for them. So I want to be remembered as a chaperone of hope.
Oh, that is so lovely. Thank you so much for that. And you'll definitely be remembered for exactly that.
Thank you so
And
much.
last but not least, what does beauty mean to you?
Well, beauty to me, I would break it down into two segments:
Okay.
the internal one and interpersonal one, and the external one. So when it comes to the
Ooh,
so when
ooh.
it comes to interpersonal beauty, I would describe it as being self-aware, self-awareness, self-contentment, and self-love. And that also goes with purpose. Beauty without purpose is literally meaningless. It is futile. So all those four words that I've just describe the internal part of beauty. When you are able to come across people and change their lives in a positive way, and inspire them and motivate them and ensure that they are left thriving in every aspect of life. That is what beauty is. And then the external one, that's where we go for your physique, how you look like externally, but also how you look like externally comes from what is inside of you, because what is inside has to reflect on the outside. So what people normally see on your external beauty is the beauty that you possess inside of you, your grace, or your graciousness. That's why I call myself Her Graciousness,
Yes.
because I want to have that grace that whenever people come across me, they are left feeling like, what, I have met someone who loves God, who follows God, and I believe that this person can lead me to the right path. So internal beauty is literally meaning that you are leading people to the right path of life and ensuring that you hold their hand in spite of and despite of every difficulties they encounter in life. So that is what internal beauty is to me. And all in all, beauty without grace is meaningless. So you need to be gracious at all times. My mother gave me the name Nolfefe. So I've got like these two big names that I've been given. Nolfefe means God's grace. So I'm able to persist and also carry the grace of God with me everywhere I go, so that people can actually say, you know what, someone can be externally beautiful and internally beautiful at the same time. Because a lot of times you walk around, people, they judge you even before you even start speaking. So I have to speak first before people can actually say, oh, okay, so she's not just a pretty face. You even get that with work, at work and all that. So you always have to portray what is inside needs to come outside, because if whatever is inside is bitter, is rotten, or is broken, even your exterior is going to demonstrate just that. No matter how much makeup you put on, no matter how much fancy clothes you put on, if your inside is not pure, if your inside is not holistic, if your inside is not clean, then it doesn't matter what amount of makeup you put, what brands you put on your clothes, it will not matter. Still, we will see the you that is inside, that is outside, actually.
Sure. Girl, you see, my eyes are red. Literally. I'm this close to tears. This is one of the best interviews we've ever had
Oh,
on this
wow.
platform until this day. After I don't know how many years, after like 3 whole years, you've given us one of the best interviews ever. I could literally break down into tears. Like, I don't know how to stop myself. Girl.
Wow, I feel blessed to hear that. I feel
Sure.
honored to hear that.
Sure.
I'm really grateful for such kind words.
Yo.
Thank you so
Yo. Oh my word, it's been so amazing. That time I didn't even get through all the questions, but it's been great. We hope to bring you back on the show again. Yeah, we'll definitely arrange for that sometime next year. I think once the new finalists are out for Miss Township South
much.
Africa, then we can bring you back. So I think there are more questions. Someone was asking about tips on how to make it as a queen. So we can also, you see, yeah. There are questions there somewhere. So we'll
Okay,
definitely
let me
bring you
see.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's
We'll definitely bring you back on the show just so to finish this entire interview because wow, hey, it was really amazing. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your efforts into the interview altogether, and all the best with your reign, all the best with everything, and all the best with the pageant as well. Oskoketso, Miss Township keeps on growing bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. You bring us gems every year. She knows. Like, we get an interview with Miss Township South Africa and it's like this. So thank you once again.
it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Just a small request that my pageant mommy made, Osisko Ketso. I just want to remind everyone that the entries for Miss Township South Africa are officially open. So to find out more information about the entries, they can go to our Instagram page or go to our website to find out how they can enter. But trust me, it is a journey that you do not want to be missed. It is very impactful. So if you are looking for impact and purpose and to become a great leader for your community and your country, please do enter this phenomenal pageant and you will not regret it.
Not a single, you will not regret it. I can promise you that, but I haven't entered Miss Township South Africa, but I can promise you that
But
myself. That
I can tell that you were observing just like I was observing Cisco Ketso and her brain from like time to time. So I think you've also been observing the values, the principles of the pageant and
yes.
what germs they produce. So I'm that product. So if you want to be like myself, please do enter this wonderful pageant. They are definitely polishing diamonds in the rough, and they are redefining beauty. You know, I love
Definitely.
even that slogan, we're redefining beauty. So thank you so much for having me.
Amazing stuff. So I'm gonna need you to close off the show, né?
Okay.
I need you to close off the show for us, so you can just say bye to everyone. Anything you want to say, closing words, and then we'll be done with the live.
Okay. I had written something down, but I don't know where it went. It just disappeared, you know. So as I close, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. It was a wonderful experience being part of this wonderful life. I would encourage more young women to find their purpose and become like you. You know, we are living in a time where everything is digital. Today, you cannot miss out on anything because everything is digital. You can learn through these spaces. So you must utilize social media to the best of your ability because this is where the new era is. If you do not want to grow, stay at home. But if you want to be empowered, inspired, and molded to become the person that you would like to be, please do use social media to the best of your ability and to its fullest capacity. And do try by all means to develop yourself. You know, there's a lot that pageantry can do for you, but it also comes down to your personal beliefs and values. So if you want to grow, if you want to develop interpersonally and personally, please do start with your pageant journeys and research the pageants that you'd like to enter. But I would recommend and refer you to Miss Township South Africa. So that's it from me, your Miss Township South Africa 2025 Persistence Nxumalo, signing out. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Please do, before we go, please do share it with us because I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that since I am not the host.
Yes.
I want
I'll do a
to save
collab.
it. Okay,
Yes,
please
I'll
do
save it and do
that.
a collab.
Okay, please do. Thank you so much.
Right. Great stuff. Bye. Have a great
Bye.
evening.
You too.